people of the internet? My name is Johnny and welcome to a very, very special FNAF merchandise unboxing and review video. Inside of this music box here is pretty much every single item in JAZWARES' brand new FNAF collection. Whole bunch of figures, whole bunch of plushies. We've also gotten the exclusive JAZWARES Vault Shadow Freddy figure to unbox. The hardest part about all this is that these figures have been showing up for months now. I've caught them in stores, and I've had to really resist the urge to buy them because I've been talking to JAZWARES for a while and I knew that they were sending me pretty much everything. So I want to give a massive shout out to JAZWARES, David, Aaron for the support as well, for hooking me up. Already, this is like one of the coolest things that I own. A real life puppet FNAF music box. And I know the audio is kind of scuffed right now just because I have to be so far away from my microphone because this box is so big. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this box, we're going to check out everything inside, and then we're going to switch to a much closer camera to properly review and showcase everything inside. And this is a sturdy box as well. It is not cheap at all. I am keeping this. This is incredible. But actually, opening the box itself, look at this, dude. Oh my god. JAZWARES, you have gone all out for this. Oh my god, I can see everything now. I've not looked inside of the music box. We've got all the Squishmallows. We've got all the figures inside of here as well. Who did I pull out? Toy Chica. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Like, genuinely, I think there's everything in here. All right. Let's switch to a much closer camera so you guys can properly see everything. How about that? There we go. Nice top-down, closer view of everything. We're not going to start off with Shadow Freddy just yet. I do want to save him towards the end. I'm going to tease you guys a little bit. Instead, because they're pretty much right at the top of the box, let's start off with all of the brand new FNAF Squishmallows. Maybe a bit too close up. I can't quite fit all of them here, but these are JAZWARES' FNAF Squishmallows, and they look so goofy, but I love them. They look so silly. They're really soft as well. You can pretty much, you can squish them, the mallows. These guys, I've also been finding them in Five Below. I've pretty much spotted every single JAZWARES merchandise, and I've just really had to hold off, because I knew I was getting them. So, these are the Squishmallows. They're honestly a lot bigger than I was expecting. I've never owned a Squishmallow. I figured they were a lot smaller, but, nah, Freddy's pretty big. I actually do think they adapted Freddy the best. I think he looks really good. I do like Bonnie as well. His ears are a little bit short, but that kind of adds to his silliness, his goofiness. I love him. He's a lot purple in person. He looks kind of blue on camera right now. Foxy as well here. He's got all of his withering going on his stomach. He's got his eye patch as well. He looks really good. Foxy's a fan favorite, so of course they had to nail down his design. And then you've got Chica, who I think looks the silliest. Everyone else has kind of like an egg shape going on here. Chica, nah, she's just a circle. I do like the detailing on the bib though. Ooh, is that like sewn in? I don't know. Maybe embroidered? I'm not too sure. I'm not too technical when it comes to all the terminology and methods. But I do think they all look pretty good. I've definitely come around to their designs now that we've seen them more in person, and now that I physically own them as well. These guys are so cute. They're definitely going to be going up in the background. And I do know there is also an exclusive Shadow Freddy Squishmallow to, I believe it's GameStop. When I was in Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights with the Hottest Dog and the Teen Tea Muffin, we went to a whole bunch of GameStops and stores to try to find Golden Freddy Squishmallow. We did not find him, but what we did find was this guy. He was not included in this care package here, but it's a good thing I picked him up. The Hot Topic Box Lunch exclusive Nightmare On plushie. Definitely an interesting pick for the first exclusive in their base plushie line, Nightmare On, but also it's one that's not received a plushie, at least in this like sitting style of the classic look for FNAF plushies. I think he looks perfect. Honestly, Nightmare On is a very simple design. It would be pretty hard to mess them up. But like, if you look closely, the detailing of like his rib cage going on there on his belly, he looks so good. I'm not going to do this motion anymore for Nightmare On. I didn't like doing that. And the best part about all of these baseline plushies is that they have glow-in-the-dark eyes, and that's also the case for the figures that we're going to get into. He does have beans in his butt so he can sit properly. There you go, sit on top of Freddy there. So now, let's move on. That's actually a pretty good segue to the standard baseline plushie line. Once again, I've seen these guys in stores, but pulling them out of the box now, man, they look so good. Yeah, so Nightmare On is, like I said, a Hot Topic exclusive, so you will not find him in the standard line of plushies here. But as you can see, the line consists of the Puppet, Chica, Foxy, Freddy, and Bonnie. They're kind of cluttered here, so let's try to go one by one, starting off, of course, with Freddy. I think he's got a bit of wonky eyes here. I think that might just be my plushie, but honestly, it kind of adds to his charm. I don't know. I kind of I kind of love when plushies look extra goofy because of errors. I'm not upset, he looks so cuddly. I do have, you may have seen the gigantic Freddy plushie from JAZWARES. I got him as well. He's exclusive to Target. He's my best friend. He's my son. I love him dearly. But having a smaller version of him is very nice as well. So this is the standard Freddy plushie. And honestly, I think they adapted Freddy really, really well. Freddy, being of course Freddy Fazbear from FNAF, has had so many plushies from so many different companies, but I think JAZWARES did a really good job making Freddy look like unique, you know, making their own version of a Freddy plushie. The material for his bow tie is really nice as well. The material on his hat, all of the materials actually. This might be like genuinely one of the softest plushies I've held. Like if you're a big fan of FNAF plushies, this guy's gonna be your new best friend. He is so soft. His material is so good. And again, he's got glow-in-the-dark eyes, which you wouldn't be able to tell during the daytime because it doesn't look like they'd be able to glow. You know, they don't have that super apparent glow-in-the-dark material on them. But I'll show you a big photo of all the glow-in-the-dark plushies towards the end of the section. I believe Aaron has said in the past that the main goal for these plushie designs was to make it look like they came from the FNAF prize counter. And honestly, they did such an incredible job. These look so much like the characters, such high quality for that low of a price as well. You know, there's always been that one super high quality brand that still makes FNAF plushies to this day, but those original FNAF plushies that people consider to be like the holy grail of plushies, like the best FNAF plushies ever. But because of these guys' price and with how good they look and how soft they are, how incredible the materials are, the glow-in-the-dark eyes as well, for this price, like, I don't know, I think these guys might take the cake, and I'm really not saying that because I got sent them. Like, I really am trying to be as impartial as possible, but, like, these guys are great. For how low of a price they have no reason to be this high quality. They're just so soft and so high quality. Next up, we got Chica here. She looks a bit goofy. I think it's because of her beak. It does look like her beak is pushed to the right a bit more than it should be, but also, I'm not entirely sure if these are just, like, early prototype versions of the characters, because I do know that these were sent to me, like, I think before they officially hit stores. I would hope that the final plushies have a bit less errors like this. And also, by the way, just like Nightmare On, all of these guys have beads in their butts so that they can properly sit. You got Freddy there, you got Chica, you got Bonnie, and they sit super well as well. I think the best part about Chica is the fact that they did include Mr. Cupcake here. He is sewn on to Chica's arm, so if you think that she's magnetic or anything like other brands, don't try to pull them off. These guys are inseparable. You know, Chica, Mr. Cupcake, so iconic, you have to have them together, so mad shout out to JAZWARES for actually doing that. You have her bib sewn on as well, super high quality there. You got the bib poking out on the other side, bit more extra detailing there as well. You got her tufts of fur at the top. She looks so adorable. And then we also have Foxy coming in here. This guy is also incredibly soft. You can see they even included his teeth poking out of his mouth right there. The gold tooth, silver tooth. Such awesome detailing. His ears, his tufts of fur on the side of his head, the top of his head. I know I keep saying it, and you guys are gonna think that I'm biased because I got sent them, and maybe I'm a little bit biased, but these guys are so good. Like, the fact that these guys are this high quality for such low prices is criminal. JAZWARES, I'm gonna lock you up. And then lastly, for the main baseline, we've got the puppet, and I do think, you know, I'm gonna be a bit harsh here. I'm not a big fan of their face. I do love the material that they used for their face. Actually, a plushie company using a good material for their puppet plushie, who would have thought? And like all their buttons and their cheeks and their tears look so good. Such high quality materials. It's just those eyes. I feel like they should have been a bit bigger. Maybe not like the gigantic circles that these plushies have, but definitely a lot larger to get rid of a bit more of that forehead up there. Actually, they did it perfectly with Nightmare On. Look at that eye shape. Why couldn't you replicate that with baseline puppet here? You know, like Nightmare On has those circle eyes, but they're also slanted a bit to match the puppet's mask that they have, so I don't know. I feel like they could have been a bit better design with the puppet's mask there, but honestly still, I don't hate them. I think they're an incredibly awesome plushie as well. They got beads in their butt. You gotta love that. Super high quality, definitely the best sitting puppet plushie that we've gotten. They're just so awesome. So those are all of the JAZWARES plushies, the baseline plushies, including the Hot Topic exclusive Nightmare On. And now let's move on to something, like I said, I've been waiting so long for. The figures. I swear, every time I go to Target, I see them. They're taunting me. I need the toy figurines. But I knew I just had to wait. I knew I had to be patient. And today, I can finally unbox them. And yes, you did see in that clip, there is a 4-pack of the figures altogether. If you'd like that, that goes for $40, and that is exclusive to Target. Or You can pick them up all individually here. Oh, again, they just barely fit in frame. For $10 each. And again, how are these so cheap, man? They are so high quality. I haven't even unboxed them yet. I have been waiting for toy figures, toys of the toys, you could say, dude, for years. Like, I don't know how it took us this long to finally get them. That other company did their skins, but these guys are the real deal. I really dig the design of these packages. You got Freddy's big face up there. I do think, if I had to nitpick a little bit, I think, I understand Freddy's the main guy. You gotta get that brand recognition in there. I think it would have been cool if the character that you got had their face up here instead of Freddy, but again, I understand it. You gotta get Freddy in there so people know, oh, just a quick glance at it, oh, that's FNAF. But if I had to nitpick, they do have it down here with the characters showing their action poses. I think it would have been nice to have the characters up here as well, but that's nitpicking. I still really love the packaging. As you can see, like I said, you have the glow-in-the-dark eyes, the jump scare action, which I can finally show off for myself and not get a copyright claim by another YouTuber. On the back of the box, you get a better look at Freddy here. You've got all of the toys lineup down there. Toy Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Mangle. I'm so happy that they did Mangle. They, genuinely look perfect. I'm so happy that they did, amalgamation Mangle, and they didn't resort to doing, just fixed Foxy, or, Funtime Foxy. No, they actually did full-on Mangle. Trying to be as delicate as possible, because even though I try not to save packages anymore, just because it is trash at the end of the day, I do really like these packages, and I don't want to see them too messed up. So I've seen these guys in stores for months, but now, this is my first time actually holding... Oh my god. This is the best. Oh, there's his drop-down hips. All right, there's a lot to talk about here. Let's take this slow. Here is Freddy. Now, the thing about these figures is that it doesn't really seem like you can move their arms much. Like, you can move his hands a little bit. I guess you can move them a little bit. It's definitely more stiff in the arms than it is in the legs because of that mechanism. You cannot turn their heads. You cannot swivel their body. You can move his feet, so if you want Toy Freddy to have backwards-looking feet, you can do that. But yeah, I do think the main appeal of these action figures is the fact that they are, in fact, action figures. Like, these figures, more than anything, are meant to be played with, because they got that jump scare action, which I do think is nice. Normally I'd be upset, like, oh, I wish, they had better articulation. I wish they were more aimed towards collectors. But, I mean, if you want that... That's what the Endo Series is, which is what we're going to get to in a second. And also, the paint job on him is so incredibly good. You can see his eyelashes as well. His eyes are so detailed. It definitely feels a bit stiff to activate the jump scare capability, but that's probably because they don't want it to be, slightly pushed in, and then all of a sudden he's like, ah! So you do have to push it in, quite a bit for him to jump scare. I stand corrected, actually, you can move his arms. It's just a lot more difficult, like I said, than the legs, because they have that mechanism inside of them. But you can move his arms if you want. You can make him look like he's doing a big show. The jump scare action looks a little bit weird when you move his arms, but I do like that you can move the arms. Oh yeah, you can make him T-pose! T-pose Freddy! Yeah. This might be the action I have him do. Yay, wave your arms, wave your arms. It's just so fun to mess around with the jump scare. But let's move on from Freddy. I keep messing around with this jump scare action, but we gotta take a good look at Bonnie this time. I cannot wait to just have them all out of the packaging. Oh, I see a tail. They included my boy's tail. Okay, interestingly enough, Bonnie does not have any, the strings, the plastic strings going around him to keep him in place. Bonnie. MatPat. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Look at Toy Bonnie's paint job, though. Again, you can see all of the individual details on him. His eyelashes, his pupils are so detailed. His tail back here is so cute. They did such a great job with the paint job. And again, for only $10, these guys are so cool. Bonnie also has the drop-down hips. You can also move his arms a little bit, so you can make him do whatever wacky poses you want. I just simultaneously whipped a nay-nade. I'm just so happy to finally have these guys in my hands. It is kind of surreal, actually, to have toys of the toys right now. Especially with all the hype of FNAF 2. Finally getting toys of the toys, and they have such a cool, jump scare action. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh! Bonnie just looks so perfect. I don't know what else to say. These guys look so good. So sturdy as well. You can kind of hear the clicking inside whenever you do the jump scare action of the jump scare mechanism. But, I mean, they're small little figures. I don't blame them for kind of being loud whenever they do their action. And now let's move on to Megan Fox in the box. Oh, Chica. I'm holding Chica in my hands. Look, we're holding hands. So this is the chicken. You can see her Let's Party bib is honestly... Okay, I'll be honest, it kind of doesn't look the best. I'm not sure why there's a big black outline on the text. That is not the case on her actual bib. Maybe it's to make it look more noticeable, but definitely not accurate. Here's Chica, though. Jump scare Chica. POV, she tells you to go somewhere more private so that she can eat you. I mean, Chica looks great as well, honestly. Besides the bib, which I have a problem with, she looks so good. Damn, look at that side profile. Sorry, what's wrong with me? But like now you can make your own little show stage with the toys. Oh my god, it's so cool. I'm never gonna shut up about this. But now I want to move on. We're kind of hastily moving through these figures, but I want to get to Mangle now. I just noticed. So Mangle in the box, their neck actually isn't connected, probably because they'd be too tall. As you can see, Mangle's like head is just in the back of the packaging. That's really funny. All right. I also do really like the glow of this box. You know, they use the FNAF 2 office for FNAF 2 characters, but also the packaging has FNAF 1 Freddy, so it's kind of all over the place, but honestly, that's the case for most FNAF packaging. Oh, they're all... all of their parts are not together. I didn't realize that. Wait, you actually have to build... That is funny. That is really funny. You actually have to build your own Mangle. Problem is now, I don't know. I gotta look up what Mangle looks like. Mangle is a tricky one to assemble. I don't even think I assembled them correctly, but honestly, this is the closest I'm gonna get. Their joints are so sturdy, but so flimsy at the same time. Like, I'm trying to, like, really push a limb on, and then another one will, like, snap off. Maybe off camera, I'll try to make it look more like this. They can kind of stand if you really finagle it. Okay, is that guy good or what? Mangle also has the jump scare capability, though it's a little bit hard to showcase because it's on the back of their head. I love the Mangle. I was gonna say earlier, Mangle is my favorite character, so I'm so happy that they did a figure that is straight up amalgamation Mangle and not like Funtime Foxy, fixed Toy Foxy, what have you. Turns out it's a pain in the butt to assemble. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a lot more fun. It was just a real hassle. It like took me 10 straight minutes and my fingers hurt. You can see the marks, the indents on my fingers of like prying the pieces together. But this is Mangle in all of their glory. Again, it's not like a one-to-one. I'm pretty sure they're missing a leg as well. Not a one-to-one the way I assembled them, but this is the closest we're gonna get. I had to look up a reference photo of Mangle, and I'm making it, and I'm like, I don't think they know what Mangle looks like. Because I'm looking at the photo here, and those pieces don't go together. It turns out, like, some of the pieces were interlocked. Like, this hand was on this piece, and I was like, okay, but Mangle doesn't have a full-on hand, so you had to take that off, put it on there. Like, it's kind of fun to slowly piece it together, but my goodness, did it take a while, and my goodness, is it a pain in the butt. But that is the entire toy line for the toys. I am so happy, so unbelievably happy with this lineup, with the jump scare action and all the paint details and the joints. It's just so cool. I'm absolutely going to be displaying these guys. I'm so unbelievably happy with how these turned out. By far my favorite products of the whole line. But then again, there is one more final thing to take a look at. Oh wait, actually there's these guys. I just found these guys in a box. Ooh, Golden Freddy's in wrapping. So these are the plushie keychains, I suppose. They're doing plushie keychains. I guess they're doing plushie keychains as well. They certainly look goofy. I'm not sure why Golden Freddy's in wrapping here. I'm not sure if he's like super special exclusive or something. These guys are so silly. I kind of love them. If you want to get some Jazzwares plushie keychains, I guess these guys are an option. Oh my gosh. Oh, and their hooks have Fazbear Entertainment on them. Look at that. That's a really nice touch. That's a really cute touch. And it looks like they also have glowing eyes, just like the figures, just like the baseline plushies. So again, another nice detail there. Those are the plushie keychains. But now, I really want to move on to the Endo series. So we have the Freddy and Withered Freddy, and then Bonnie and Withered Bonnie sets to take a look at, and then again, we do have the exclusive Shadow Freddy in this box. So these guys are out right now, and as you can see, it comes with the suit pieces for Classic Freddy and Withered Freddy, and you physically put the suit pieces onto this Endo to make the character. Genuinely, such an insanely good idea. Hey, I got the rare Withered Freddy box. Withered Freddy. This is an error on the writing of the box. It will be fixed for final release, I believe. So yeah, out right now is Freddy and Bonnie, and then Chica and Foxy are coming out later this year in December. We did get a sneak peek of them in my interview with Aaron Margolin, so I'm gonna leave that link down below. It's an incredible interview, lovely chat with Aaron, and also gives you a little bit of a sneak peek of what else is coming down the pipeline with Jazzwares. So let's crack open into this box here. Oh goodness, all right, so oh man, and these really are like individually pieced. All right, okay. This might be a bit of a hassle as well. Oh god, I kind of had to kill them to take out the Endo. Look at this guy, he looks so cool. I love the Endo. I love him so much. Honestly, I would have paid just for a figure of this guy. He looks so cool. And you can pose him, and you can do all that stuff, yay. So the thing about the Endo series is that these really are like the collector pieces. So they have a lot more articulation, they have a lot more detailing on them. Okay, I see. I'm getting it now. I'm getting, yo, all right, Endo, looking good, my friend. So you kind of have to snap off these parts at the seam, like right down the middle, and then you put them on either side of the Endo, and then they kind of just snap in place. Oh my god. This is the coolest thing ever. Endo? Freddy. Where's his eyes? There he is. Dude, this is so cool. This is so incredible. Try to line this up as well. Put Freddy's face fully on. Oh my god. Oh, he's got no jaw. Sorry, Freddy. Let's fix that for you, buddy. This has to be one of the coolest things FNAF has ever done. This is by far one of the coolest pieces of FNAF merchandise we've ever seen. The fact that I get to build... Okay, Freddy looks a little bit goofy there. Come on, bro. Show those teeth. The fact that I get to build Freddy Fazbear, kind of like Mangle. He was a bit stiff and difficult to put together, but man, the end result is just so worth it. It is so incredible to have a FNAF figure like this. And like I said, his articulation is absolutely spectacular. You can bend him in all sorts of ways. Hip drop, drop hip, whatever you want to call it. He can swivel. You spin me right round, Freddy. You can move his jaw. You can take off his head if you want, just like an Endo head poking out a Freddy Fazbear suit. Look at that. The jaw hooks on nicely as well, just like right onto the bottom of the Endo. So when you move its mouth, the Endo mouth also moves as well. It's just so cool, man. I think the only downside maybe is the fact that it's an Endo series, and that if you want to switch over to Withered Freddy here, you have to take off every single suit piece again. And already that's pretty, you know, time consuming, but it is a lot of fun. You know, it is such a cool concept. It's executed so incredibly well, and it's like such high quality material as well. This guy's massive. He's freaking huge. Genuinely so cool. So yeah, that was classic Freddy. Let's put him on. Let's put him together one last time. Jaw going on there. Let's pop Freddy's head on. I do love watching like the eyes of the Endo like come into place on the suit. Oh, it looks so creepy. That is classic Freddy, but now I especially want to move on to Withered Freddy suit because we've not gotten any action figures of the Withereds. These are our first action figures of those Withered characters, so I'm very interested to see what he looks like. Not sure why, but like the left foot never wants to go on. Come on, Freddy, we're almost there, bud. There we go. Oh, look, he's got a hip tilt. All right, Freddy, work it. All right. Let's move on. We gotta get your mask on. I learned from classic Freddy, it's a lot easier to put the jaw on first, so let's do that. Perfect. And then let's put on that mask. See those eyes come to life? Oh, look at him. Dude, he looks so cool. Closed mouth, he still shows his teeth. This absolutely cooks, bro. All the withering as well. You can see inside to the actual Endo part underneath. He looks fire. There we go. I absolutely will be displaying him as Withered Freddy. He just looks so cool, man. The fact that we finally have Withered action figures, and they look so good as well. Absolutely insane. So now, I want to move on to Classic Bonnie and Withered Bonnie to fully complete the set. Put Withered Freddy in there for now, and let's go get his bandmate, Bonnie, up and running. Now, I do know that this has been a very long video, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Oh, wait, there are instructions. No way. I just had to figure it out all on my own. All right, let's look at this. Well, it puts it all in one step. I don't know if that's super helpful, but alright. Alrighty, Fazbear Frighty. Alright, let's get this guy out. He is the exact same Endo, besides the new red eyes that match Bonnie and Withered Bonnie. So, let's go in the same order we did last time. So we're gonna put together classic Bonnie on this guy. I don't know if you can tell, but this is absolutely destroying my nails. Good thing I don't have them painted anymore. They look horrible. Yeah, let's move on to classic Bonnie first. Jesus, bro. I can't put the feet on. Why are the feet like the most uncooperative part of these entire figures? We're doing feetless Bonnie. I cannot be bothered, man. I've tried with all of my might to put those damn feet on, and I just cannot do it. So, you know what? Bonnie, you've lost your feet privileges. Let's put your head on. Let's finish off your set, besides your feet. Let's see those eyes. Eyes pop. Ugh. Okay, it looks especially creepy on Bonnie. But you know what? He is sick. He is really cool. It's gonna be tough picking between displaying him or Withered Bonnie. Though, much like Withered Freddy, I might just have to display Withered Bonnie purely because it's the first of the Withered figures. I really do hope at some point we can get individual packets that contain the Endo figures so that we can display both Bonnie and Withered Bonnie. Because I'd say that's like the worst aspect of the Endo series so far, is you only get one endoskeleton. So you can only display one of the figures at once, which is really upsetting. Yeah, this is Bonnie. Bro is absolutely insane. Articulation, absolutely great. Drop hips, gotta love that. Swivel around, yippee! But I do want to move on to Withered Bonnie, because I'm very intrigued how he's gonna go, especially with his Endo face. Okay, so it looks like Bonnie's like entire arm comes off. Seems a little bit difficult to do. Oh, I got it. There we go. Bonnie's coming to life. I still can't get the leg on. I don't... JAZWARES, please, 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 please fix the legs. Okay, hey, Withered Bonnie's coming to life. I think all that's left to do now is this head, which I don't really know how it works. Okay, and I guess the eyes pop out as well, but again, for the life of me, it seems like they shouldn't. I'm trying to get them out, and it really feels like they shouldn't come out. And again, I'm killing my nails at this point, man. Like, it is really, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep the eyes in for now because it is real tough to get them out. I don't know if they can come out. Like, it seems like they're supposed to. Maybe Withered Bonnie with eyes is the next best thing. I don't know. I will ask and see if the eyes pop out, but for as cool as these Endo Series figures are, they're just a real pain in the butt to assemble. Like, dude, I'm trying with all my might to get the leg on. I can't. I think the eyes pop out. I don't really know. It doesn't feel like they pop out, so that's another thing where I'm like, it seems a bit iffy there. Also, like, finally having figures of the Withereds, it is absolutely incredible. I highly, highly recommend these figurines. Again, I really hope they come out with another separate pack that has just the Endo figure, so you can display both the figurines that come in the series. But yeah, Endo Series, I'm gonna give like 9 out of 10. Super, super cool. It's real tough to get some of these pieces on. And so finally, for today, for this very long video, let's crack open into Shadow Freddy. This box is super, super sick. I almost don't want to open it, but here we go. Shadow Freddy. Ooh, look at him. Oh, and it's got that JAZWARES Vault exclusive sticker on it as well. Now, luckily, we've already constructed Classic Freddy, so we can jump right into, of course, there's more tape. We can jump right into constructing the main man himself. And like I said, you can only get Shadow Freddy Endo Series at the JAZWARES Vault website, so I will leave the site link down below. Oh, look! He comes with eyeballs. Kinda wish Bonnie came with some eyeballs. Look! Oh, I can steal your eyes, Shadow Freddy. This guy cooks. Oh my god, I cannot wait to assemble you. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold on. Those eyes slid out way too easily. Bonnie's eyes just don't do that. I'm being so real right now. I think, I don't know if my Bonnie just can't remove his eyes, but Shadow Freddy, you're scamming me. As per usual, I can't get the feet on, but we are gonna put everything else on Shadow Freddy right here. Gonna get his jaw in place. Nah, bro's looking like T-Jock out here with no jaw. Yeah, I was gonna say, I kind of figured that they would do Golden Freddy as the first exclusive, but honestly, Shadow Freddy is a very nice surprise, because I don't believe he's had a figure, an action figure. There we go. Once again, can't get the feet, can't be bothered. But here's Shadow Freddy. Super, super cool to have an action figure of him. And I think because of the drop-down hips, he should be able... Yeah, You might just have to prop him up against something. But he is able to sit down. Kind of make him a bit slumped over like how he is in Parts and Service. There we go, just missing those feet that I can't get on for the life of me. But, hey, that's gonna do it for pretty much every single FNAF item from Jazwares so far. We've got the Endo Series here, which I would give like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I think the pieces were pretty difficult to put on in some places. I also would love to see a separate Endo piece released at some point, so we can display all of the figures that come in each set. We have the jump scare toy figures, which honestly I would give a 9 out of 10. I think Mangle's kind of the only thing keeping them back from a 10 out of 10. As much as I love them, boy were they a pain to put together. Much like these Endo Series, some parts just did not want to go together. It was a real pain, but I love them. Their paint job looks so good. The action of them jump scaring is super awesome as well. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna be able to grab everything again, but I love the plushy keychains. These guys are cute. I'll probably, wait. Why doesn't Golden Freddy have a hook? He's just a plushie now. You know what, just for that, I'm gonna knock them down to 9 out of 10s. Why does Golden Freddy not have a hook? Where am I supposed to hang him up? The Squishmallows, I love. Their designs are pretty goofy looking, but I'll probably give them like a 7 out of 10. And then all these plushies, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10 as well. The only thing holding them back from a 10 out of 10 is the Puppet's mask, which I think could have done with a bit of reworking, but genuinely, these are the softest plushies I've ever held. They look so adorable. Jazwares, you've really knocked it out of the park with pretty much every single product here. So that's gonna do it for this massive review of the brand new FNAF Jazwares products. I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on everything revealed? Are you a big fan of the Endo series? Are you a big fan of the toy action figures here? You're gonna be picking up anything? I'd love to know in the comments down below. What's your favorite product from Jazwares so far? And I will, of course, see you all on the flip side. Goodbye.